Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Shawning. Not gonna lie to you, I've been watching a lot of movies this week. And I was mainly watching a lot of movies that I had in my collection that I had not watched yet, because I just have that problem to where I just keep buying movies before I watch the ones that I haven't watched yet. So, I decided to watch 1994's Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Next Generation, for the very first time. Wow. This is gonna be a lot to cover. So, without further ado, let's take a look at the good, the bad, and the ugly of my very first watch with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Next Generation. But before we continue, do not forget to like and subscribe, and please drop in the comments some movies you would like me to watch and review. I am always down to watch new movies. Now, let's talk about this really weird movie. Okay, so Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Next Generation, 1994, starring Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger. Now, if you heard that, instantly, just with the names associated with, the title, you would be like, okay, those are two really famous actors and actress. So, yeah, this is going to be a really good, awesome movie. This is a weird movie. There's something about franchises in horror you have to understand. The farther you go in a franchise, the weirder it's going to get. You don't know if you're going to be in space. You don't know if you're going to see kung fu fighting rappers. You just don't know. And in this case, we have a lot of weird. So, we're going to look at the good first, and then we'll dive into the rest. However, let me give you a quick plot to summarize what in the hell is going on in this crazy movie. It takes place like 15 years-ish after the original. I'm assuming, I don't know, I was confused, whatever. They haven't heard any crimes or anything, no mysterious massacres or anything like that, so it seems like these Texas Chainsaw Massacres are over-ish, I guess. Okay, it opens up at prom. These teenagers, who are really annoying, leave because of a bunch of different reasons that are all stupid. So they go and they get lost, and they're in the woods, and you're in Texas, and then, stuff starts getting weird. Just pretty much your plot. Like, there's no deep story with this. Yep, that's it. There's so much to talk about right now. I guess we'll start with these teenagers, okay? They're not good, and they're there for slaughter. I'm going to talk about the good acting in this movie, and that would be this new revamped, I guess, Saw Your Family. I really, really enjoy it. I know I'm not supposed to enjoy anything about this movie because it's a really bad movie. However, I think that Matthew McConaughey is absolutely amazing in this movie. It might be because I'm biased to Matthew McConaughey, and that is very true. I mean, I have seen Dazed and Confused probably 100 times, so. And he does say, all right, in this movie, and it makes me so happy. So, Matthew McConaughey does an amazing job. He's super believable, and you can tell that he put his all into this role. If you're going to give credit where credit is due, it's going to be to Matthew McConaughey, which speaks volumes about this movie. Never did I think I would watch a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie and my favorite character was going to be Matthew McConaughey. Nope, didn't see that coming. Think that the use of just random violence with this family is really, really good. And I don't know, anytime I watch a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie and they just break out with these random fits of just violence, that freaks me out. So Matthew McConaughey, for example, he would just start just like cutting himself everywhere, and like I don't know why, but it just freaked me out. But yeah, I just think that they did a really good job with like just the random violence in this movie, because there is just pointless violence all the time in this movie, and that is literally all the good things I can tell you right now. So we already covered the good stuff, which is pretty much just Matthew McConaughey. Let's just tell it like it is. Now it's time to talk about the bad. And boy, do we have a lot to uncover here. These teenagers are not it for me. I wanted them to die. I didn't feel any sympathy for them. As soon as they started talking, I was done. Barry? I don't like Barry. I think that they're all terrible. The girl was so annoying, I just had to fast forward through some of her parts. The acting was so bad that I could not listen to it when she would talk. I don't remember her name, and it wasn't the main character, not Renee Zellweger's character. It was the other one, and I could not deal with her. The lack of story behind it was just stupid. So, their idea for the backstory as to why Matthew McConaughey's clan of people and Leatherface are doing this is because it's like an FBI organization and they know that they do this. Apparently the FBI is just letting Leatherfaces run free to slaughter us. No, that is so bad. Like, how do you get that story? How do you put that on a script and you're like, yeah, they'll like that? No, that is stupid. So, you have that, which ruined everything for me, because then they even have a character come in. What? So bad. These teenagers, you have to put some backstory with them. I mean, in every Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you have to, they always had some sort of a story with these teenagers. So I don't understand why, for them, we're just gonna have them leave prom. And 90% of the time they talk to each other, they're gonna argue with each other. So half of the film, you think they all hate each other. That's gonna make us like them. I know many of you are wondering, you haven't really talked about Leatherface much. Oh, that's because I was saving him for the end. And we're saving him for the ugly section. So we already did the good, we did the bad, and now we're at the ugly. And that's Leatherface. He was the worst part about the movie. I don't understand why we had to have pointless screaming. So, if anyone could tell me why that took place, that would be wonderful. That was terrible. Nobody wants to see that. No one is scared of Leatherface. If he, it sucked. And let's not even get started on this ugly looking Meryl Streep mask. I don't even know what this is. Like, why? It looks so bad. Not a fan of the Leatherface in this movie. I could have went without, because not only do you have this super terrible mask, but he's trying to be like all bougie. That's the way we'll put it. Bougie Leatherface. And it is awful. Okay? A wig on and the long hair under it, and I just couldn't get over it. He's out there chasing people with 2 wigs on and a really bad mask, and it's just not it for me. The most gory thing you see Leatherface do was put someone on a hook. And from Leatherface, that's not cool. No, Matthew McConaughey was the only thing about this movie that was good, okay? And personally, I did have fun watching it. I'm not gonna lie. It was so cheesy that I couldn't help it. So, I don't know. If you haven't watched it, I think you should, because it's a funny movie just to watch in general. If you're looking for scares, this isn't for you. If you like Matthew McConaughey, this is for you. You get plenty Matthew McConaughey and all of the weird sound effects that come with. So, if I had to rate this movie, I would probably give it a 5 or a 6, just because it is enjoyable for me to watch. I don't know why. For a first time watch, I had a great time. I definitely recommend viewing it. Oh, that was bad. So those are just my thoughts on 1994's Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. Whew, I know that was a lot to go through, but we did it. So if you have any movies you want me to talk about, please drop them in the comment section below. I would love to hear about them. Give me your opinion on this movie if you've watched it. I'd love to know what you thought of it as well. Alrighty, that's all for now. Don't forget to keep it creepy, and I'll see y'all next week. Peace.